On Tuesday, August the 4th, around 6 o'clock, I was working from my home in Beirut when I heard a loud noise coming from outside. My flatmate and I went out the balcony to see where it was coming from, and what we saw was a large column of grey smoke rising up the sky. Then, within a few seconds, as we were just realizing what was happening, the second explosion occurred. It was much, much bigger than the first one. We only had a split second to turn around and step back into the flat before the blast hit us. It was so strong that it knocked us to the ground. All our furniture and belongings, as well as pieces of broken glass, flew all around us. All our doors and shutters got teared from the walls, and one of them landed on my flatmate, injuring her nose and her ear. She was bleeding and she needed stitches, so we decided to seek medical help from the hospital across the street from us. However, as we made our way down the street, we witnessed complete chaos around us, and as we approached the entrance to the hospital, it dawned upon us that they would not be able to provide us with any kind of help. The hospital was badly damaged, and we could not even get inside. Thankfully, my flatmate's best friend came to the rescue within minutes. He drove her to 5 different hospitals, all overwhelmed with patients, until he could find one that would give her the stitches that she needed. In the meantime, I went back to the flat and tried my best to find our passports, our wallets, our computers, and all of our valuables amongst the rubble. I also packed some suitcases and bags with all the essentials so we could evacuate as soon as possible. At that point, I was still very unsure what had happened. I learned later that evening that a warehouse by the port that had been storing over 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate had exploded, just about 1 kilometer from my home. I also learned the next day that the blast killed 18 people at the hospital down my street. Across Beirut, over 100 deaths and 4,000 injured have been reported so far. It is also estimated that over 300,000 people have lost their home. I am one of them, but thankfully the Lebanese people have been extremely supportive. I am now staying with friends far away from the explosion site, and my flatmate went back to stay with her family.